welcome to my North Knit Corner. My name is Anne and I come to you from the south of Norway, where I live with my husband, our 3 boys and our little Jack Russell Terrier called Mokka. Welcome if you have been here before, and welcome if you're here for the first time. Here I talk about all things knitting, what I have finished since the last episode, what's on the needles, some Yarnjoy, and a lot of rambling and waffling. So if you are ready for that, I hope that you have found your craft of choice, maybe something good to drink, and are ready to spend some time with me while I share all of my knits with you. I will have timestamps on this episode, and I will also have information about everything I talk about in the description box below. And if there's something you wonder about or want to ask me, feel free to reach out on Instagram or let me know in the comments if you have a question. The first FO of this episode is what I'm wearing, and it's the Stripe Pipe Sweater by Veronika Lindberg, also known as Kutovakika. I have knitted this in Sandnes Double Sunday in the color 1012 Whipped Cream, together with a lot of different Filcolana Avetta held double. I have to look at my notes because there are so many colors here. I have knitted with 153 Deep Orchid, which is the first stripe here. Then I have knitted with 147 Army Green, which is the one in the bottom here. And then I have used Calendula 365 and 250 Disco Green. And the blue is Sandnes Sisu in the color 6063 Ink Blue, held together with Super Soft, Holst Super Soft in the color Space. Yeah, and I'm sure I didn't point at the right stripe, but here, the blue one. So that's all of the yarn. I've knitted on knitted size 3 on 3.25mm needles and 4mm needles US 3 and 6. And this is a dropped shoulder construction, which I really like a lot. And you start with the back and knit the front, and yeah, there's a lot of things here. I think I talked about the construction in the last episode, so I won't talk too much about it now. You also decrease a lot on the side of the body, which I'm not sure I really like, because it gets really, what's the word in English? Not exactly baggy, but I feel like it has a weird shape, and I will put in some b-roll of me, so maybe you can see what I mean. But I feel like you see it a lot when I sit down. It really bunches up a lot. Sorry if I'm looking too much on myself in the screen here, but yeah, it's really, I think I would prefer that it just went straight down. But I was a good girl. I did what the pattern said. So it's okay. I am not going to do anything about it. It's just going to be how it is. But I think it's a really fun sweater. I was kind of not sure about the colors. I really, really love the colors on the body. I think they look really good together, and they are really calm and nice. And then you have the sleeves. They are really popping. Yeah. And I really wanted to use these, and that's was my goal. I wanted to use these fun colors, but I was really not sure when I had done the body if I really wanted it. But I did what I had envisioned, and I'm really happy I did, because I have a lot of sweaters in my closet that are nice. They have a calm look, like in the colors, and they don't really scream at you. But I feel like this is a fun spring sweater, and even though it's pretty calm on the body, the sleeves are really fun. So I'm happy I did that. And I also like that you have the green color on the collar. That's really strange to say. But that you have the green also here on the collar. That you tie it together in that way. And also have the orchid color from the top of the sweater on the sleeves. Or on the hem of the sleeves. Hem of the sleeves? Ribbing of the sleeves. Cuff. Yes, anyway. I also really like that you have twisted rib. I think that looks really nice. It's only half twisted rib because it's only the knit stitch who is twisted. Thankfully. I would have never done a twisted purl stitch. That is no fun, I think. So I'm very happy with how it turned out, except for this, all of these decreases in the sides. But, oh well, it is what it is. I'm going to use it either way. It's really comfortable to wear, and I think it will be a great sweater now for springtime. It weighs 514 grams. And I highly recommend the pattern. I have knitted 2 sweaters now by Veronika Lindberg, and both of them were so enjoyable to knit, and they are so straightforward and easy to understand. So I really want to knit more of Kuto Kika in the future, because I really like her pattern writing style. Yeah. The rest of my FOs are all socks. It's been 3 weeks since I recorded last, and I'm sorry that I skipped last week. But I haven't, I've had a lot to do, and I haven't been feeling too good, and there's been a lot of things in life that happens. So, yeah. Last week I just, I really thought about recording, but I just realized that the best for me was to not record and to wait until this week instead. So I hope you can forgive me for that. But that also gave me a chance to knit more. And before I talk to you again, and I have finished 4 pairs of socks the last 3 weeks. So one of the socks was almost done last time. So it's a little bit of a, yeah, it was almost done last time, I think. If I don't remember wrong, which I probably do, because my brain is really, I have a lot of brain fog these days. So forgive me if I say wrong things, and yeah. It's my brain is not working as it should. But anyway, I try. Julgubbe socks by Anniina Juuti is my first sock FO, and here they are. Aren't they adorable? I think they are so cute. I'm so happy that I have finally knit these socks, which I've had in my library on Ravelry for a while. I have knitted this in Sandnes Sisu is the white, color 1012 cream. The red is Tropsfabel number 106 red. The light pink on the Santa's faces are Filcolana Avetta, but I don't have any number for it because it's just a scrap that I had. So I don't have a ball band for that. And also the black for the eyes are a Filcolana Avetta. I did start to knit size 3, which I showed you a couple of episodes ago, but I did rip that back because it was just too tight over my heel. So I decided to rip back, and I did knit size 4 instead. And I'm happy I did, because now they fit me perfectly. And of course my gauge is off. I'm totally off gauge, but I solved it by knitting size 4 instead on needles 2mm US 0. and it's a normal heel flap and gusset, except that you decrease the stitches for the gusset, I guess you say, maybe. I might be mistaken, but you decrease under the foot instead of on the sides as you normally do. So I really like that and how that turned out. You can see it on the side here. I really like that. And then you have the fun little bubbles for the pompons on the Santa hats. Really adorable. You can see all of these lice stitches, or flea stitches you might call it. We call it, I think lice is what we call it in Norwegian, but yeah, you see that some of them are hiding, but I don't really care because I did duplicate stitch some of them, but then I just figured it doesn't matter, they are for me and I will love them either way. And this on that people will see most of the Santas and everything, they look so cute, so I don't care that they are not perfect. They weigh 85 grams and are pair number 5 for 2026. Pair number 6 is also from Anniina Juuti, and it's a test knit that I finished for her a week ago maybe. It's still in testing, I believe, so it's not out yet, but it's the Blooming Wine socks. Maybe I should show you just one of them so you can see a little bit better. See the flowers here, maybe this way. So this is a really sweet spring pattern. I have used Filcolana Avetta in the color 193 blue periwinkle. It's a color that's discontinued, sadly, because I really like it. I also knitted on 2mm needles, US 0, and I knitted the size 2. You start from the toe and knit up, and I have learned about myself that I really like both toe up and cuff down. Both are fine for me and I like them both. So I am a fan of both. And you have this beautiful lace on the leg and on the foot and on the leg. And then you just have stockinette under the foot, and then it's a fleagle heel, which I have never knitted before, but I really enjoyed it. And it looks really nice. And you don't get these holes like I often do with a German short row heel or heel flapping gusset. I always get some holes, but I didn't get any holes, and I really like it. And then you have a little chart for the top here, which makes like holes so you can embroider these beautiful little flowers. Very cute. I choose to use a different color for the flowers, so I used Filcolana Avetta again in the color 254 coral, and then you have this nice fun ruffle on the top. You have the little half-ribbed, no. Oh, my words. Okay, I totally forgot that. But anyway, there's kind of a ribbing here with half-twisted ribbing before you do the little ruffle. Yeah. They weigh 71 grams and are so adorable. I love them and I highly recommend them when they come out on or when they are released. I'm not sure when, but I think it's soon. Sock pair number 7 is also a test knit. It's the Konfetti Socks DK by Mona Henden. She's a Norwegian podcaster, and I think in my last episode maybe, I showed you the confetti socks, which was knitted in fingering yarn. They are now released, but sadly only in Norwegian. But these are the DK version, and she asked me to test knit, and of course I wanted to. So they are very similar to the fingering weight version. I used yarn from my stash, so I didn't want to buy anything new, so I just had to go with what I had. So I wasn't totally sure about the combination, but actually I really like it. I have used Trysil raggegarn, which is sock yarn, 627 red. I don't believe you can get that yarn anywhere else than in Norway. But I also used Viking Sportsrag in the color 585 gray light blue, which is it has both gray and blue in it, and I think this combination was quite fun. So it's the dog tooth pattern on the top of the foot and on the whole leg, and then you do a striped heel, and also you do a striped bottom of the foot, and that I also believe will make it quite sturdy, since you use two yarns all the way. I believe it will be more sturdy. And then you use some pearl or garter stitches, garter knitting, where you pick up for the stitches on the side after you have done the heel flap and gusset. Yeah. No, heel and flap, heel flap. Anyways, don't listen to me today. Or please listen, but don't take everything I say for good fish, as we say in Norway. I don't know if you have a saying like that. We say, don't take everything for good fish. And it just means don't listen to everything I say. Yeah. So that it weighs 72 grams and was a very fast knit. Of course, DK socks always go by really fast. My last effort today, another pair of socks, which is another really adorable pair of socks, if I may say so. I am joining a knit along this year called half 12 in 26. It's a yarn or a yarn dyer and a yarn store. She also has a store called Garnbutikken Fortuna, which I've talked about many times. They have had this sock knit along for many years, where they knit, it's a one new sock pattern every month, so 12 pairs of socks during a year. But this year, it's only 6 pairs of socks, and you get 2 months for each sock. So that's why it's called half 12 in 26 instead of 12 in 26. Yeah, and I'm joining because the other years when it's been 12 socks, I've been thinking, oh, that's too much. And I knitted more than 12 socks last year, but I also want to knit other socks. But when it was only 6, then I wanted to join. And this time it's a Easter sock, and it's called Påskeharene by Wenche Roald, or Easter Bunny Socks by Wenche Roald, which is a Norwegian designer. And here are my socks. Oops. So you can see the Easter bunnies here. Very cute socks. I again used what I had of sock yarn in my stash. Some are leftovers and some are whole skeins. Most of it I have dyed myself. The only thing I haven't dyed is this marzipan color, which is Filcolana Arvetta in the color 977. I also used tiny bits of drop snor in marzipan also on one of the socks, because I used to follow the Vetta, but I don't think you can see it because they were so similar. So that's good. So I really used up some scraps, which I really love. You start by knitting a cuff that you then make like this, what do you call this again? Oh, yeah. Get this fun edge, picot edge. You just use enough time, the words will come. Picot edge, and then you knit this striped thing, and then you also, when the sock is done, you fold it down and sew it down, so you get the picot edge, which is really cute. And then you have this fun color work. It's a little bit of a low contrast between the yellow and the marzipan, but I don't really mind. I don't think it matters too much. And then you have the cables on the heel and on the foot. And it's a rounded toe. And I don't know if you call it a heel flap and gusset when you have cables on the heel, but it's the same principle anyway. So I really love this. They were a lot of fun to knit, and I think they are really cute. They weigh 75 grams and are pair number 8 for 2026. On the needles, I have a few things, but I will start by showing you what you have seen before, I think. So I will start with the Lotus Lake scarf by Anniina Juuti. I'm knitting this in a very beautiful color, I think. I love it so much. It's beautiful green. This is from a Norwegian hand dyer called Stulenstrikk, who sadly doesn't dye yarn anymore, together with Sandnes Tynn Kid Silk in the color 772 Rainforest. And I told you last time that I was a little bit unsure about this combination, but now I really love it. I think it's gorgeous, and I'm happy about the combination. I am knitting on, I haven't written down the needle size, but I think it's 4 millimeters. But I will of course let you know when it's done. But I'm still on the ribbing. This scarf is started with lots of rib knitting, and then you have this beautiful lace border. So I'm still on the ribbing, and it goes by quite slow because it's not a priority, but I have stitch marker so you can see where I was last time and how much I have knitted. I was there, and I've knitted all of this. So it's not a lot, but it's getting there. And I really like the marling on this one. I think it looks great. And I can see that I have a few places where I only have the strand of silk mohair with me and haven't catched the sock yarn, which is a bummer. So I think I have to find my crochet hook and fix those 2 stitches. I really hate when it happens. If you have a good way to be sure that you knit both strands of yarn, you know, I watch podcasts or TV, or I talk to people and I only knit and I don't look down, and then I don't always get both strands with me, which is annoying, and I have to fix it. I don't have to, but I want to. Yeah, I feel like it's really unstable with only the silk mohair, because I don't think you can see it very well, but anyway, maybe you can. But I need to fix it, so that's a job for me later today. That's the Lotus Lake scarf, and I'm really looking forward to having this scarf, but I don't think it's a highest on my list because we are getting into spring and it will be warmer. Of course, today it's a really gloomy day and it's cold outside and it's raining and it's so windy, so it is cold and you need something in the neck. But when this is done, I'm sure it won't be really necessary until fall again, so it's not a very high priority. The next one is my granny square jacket that I'm just trying to make without a pattern. So I have done some progress. I am trying to make a vlog of it, so if you don't want to see how it looks now but wait for the vlog, you have the chance to skip with chapters or timestamps rather. But I want to show you. I'm knitting this in drop saffron. I won't let you know all of the colors now because there are so many, and I will let you know when it's done. But I have, since last time I showed you the back piece last time, I've now made one more row for the back piece. So it was only 5 rows I think last time, now it's 6, so you can see here. I had like this last time, and then I put on one more because I saw that it didn't have the fit that I wanted. I wanted it to be more of a dropped shoulder, so I needed more room in the back. And I have started to make the fronts. So one of the fronts is on, and I have also attached it under the arm. I took 2 of those borders there, so it was a little bit wider under the sleeve or under the arm, and I haven't finished the other one, so you can see I miss a couple of squares here, and I also need to attach it, but I'm getting there. I am not sure if this will be wearable, but I hope so. So this is how it is looking right now. Okay, it's not quite like this because I can see that one of the sides are not where I want it right now, but yeah, hopefully it will be okay. I will stand up and you can see. Maybe. So this is the one side that's attached, and it is quite short right now, but I'm going to have a ribbing here. I'm not sure how long I want this ribbing, and I don't think I want one more granny square around to make it longer. I think I just want a longer ribbing. Not quite sure yet. So I'm excited to see if this will be working. I'm going to knit the sleeves and I'm going to knit the ribbing. I'm going to knit the button band, which will go around the neck as well. So I'm not sure how that will look and what kind of a button band I should use. If I should use a ribbed button band or a double knitted one. Maybe a ribbed one would be nicer because this is not a very thick cardigan, so maybe a double knitted button band will be too thick in a way. I'm not sure. We'll see. It's fun to work on, but it goes by very slow. I've been working on this since November last year. So this vlog is taking a long time. And yeah, but I hope that I will have something to show you in the end. But it's fun to try and be a little bit creative, and if it's not wearable, at least I had some fun in the process of it. Then I am knitting on a new Christmas gift. I'm trying to be early, very early, and finishing some gifts. And I have cast on another Frostskog sweater by Vivian Aas. This is going to be for my husband, I think, or my 17-year-old. I'm not sure, one of them. We'll see when I've done the third. I've knitted one, that's for my oldest son, and then I want to knit for my middle son and for my husband. So we'll see who gets which sweater in the end. But here it is. This is knitted in Rauma Vams. So it's quite thick. I'm not sure how much it is. Is it 83 or 91 meters on 100 gram? I think it's 83. So it's quite thick. It's Rauma Vams number 3 gray. So this marled gray is the main color. The trees are color 412, a dark mint green. And then the orange is Viking wool 553 rust. I did tell you last time that I think I wanted to use Drops Charisma, which I had leftovers after the Bitcoin sweater that I knitted for my husband. But I saw when I started to knit with that it was a little bit too thin. That's the 100 meters, I think, or 108. Yeah, it's thinner than Rauma Vams at least. The Viking wool is also thinner, but it is more like fluffy, so it has more fuzz. So I think it looks quite nice together with the Vams. It filled it out more than the Charisma did. So I have started the ribbing now. You also have this color work line at the bottom here. And I am going to knit a little bit more on the ribbing, and then it's the sleeves, which also has a little bit of color work. And then it's done. And it's a raglan construction, which I think is very nice. I think this is going to be a very nice sweater for, I think maybe my husband is going to look very nice in these colors. And when I'm done with this, I'm going to knit another one for my middle son. I believe it's going to be him who gets the other one. I think this is a size 5. The other one I knitted was a size 3, but I think my middle son needs a size 4. Yeah, I think so. I think maybe this will be a little bit too big for him. He's very tall, but he's very, very slim. So yeah, this could be, of course, a very cozy, nice big sweater for him. He likes big sweaters, so I have to think about it. So I'm knitting size 5 on needle 3.25 and 4mm needles, US 3 and 6. So another Christmas gift soon done. Then I have 4 Christmas gifts done in March. That's lovely. I like it a lot. And I have a few more that I want to finish before the summer. That would be great. Okay, my next cast on. I cast on because I was away this weekend, which I will talk more about. And of course, I needed to have some knitting with me. And I had the sweater that I just showed you with me that I could just knit on. But I can't only have one thing to knit on. I mean, I could finish it and then I have nothing, of course. So I decided to find some Frazzetta that I had in my stash, and I found the cloud. I looked at Ravelry for some summer tops, and I found the cloud top by Petiteknit and decided to cast on. So I'm holding the Frazzetta double, and I had to knit before I could take it with me as a social knitting. I had to finish the back, because you start with the back, then you pick up for the front left or right, and you knit both fronts separately, and then you connect after a while. So I had to do that before the weekend started, so I had something to knit on, and I did actually knit quite a bit on this. It was nice to have both of these two, even though both is just stockinette in the round. It's a little bit thinner, this cloud top, than the sweater, so it was good to alternate between them so my hands didn't get very tired. Here it is. So I have come quite a way, and I am now wondering if I have enough yarn. I knew that I had a little bit too little yarn, but I still thought that I cast it on and I just make it as long as I can. So now I need to do the whatever you do. I haven't read that far for the neckline here and for the armholes, whatever you do. I knew now you pick up some stitches and you do something, but if it's an I-cord or whatever it is, so I know that that's done, and then I can just knit what's left on the body. Yeah, so that's my plan now. I am looking forward to having this as a piece that I think can be nice under a cardigan, because I have several cardigans now, but I do struggle with what to wear under them, because I know you can use a nice button-up or something, but I get so warm, and I want to be able to wear my cardigans a little bit, so then it's nice to have something that's not too heavy and warm underneath. So I think these kind of tops are great. I am knitting size small on needle 3.25 and 4mm needles, US 3 and 6. The reason for the 3.25mm needle is because when I knit back and forth, I do row out quite a bit. So I decided I am knitting on interchangeable Julgubbe bamboo needles. So I took the needle that I was going to use for my purl row and put the 3.25mm needle there to try and prevent rowing out. I think it helped a little bit. I think it's still a little bit rowing out, but at least I think it's better. Hopefully a little bit. But it's quite dark, the yarn, so you can't see it too much. Because I can see it. It's a few places. So I really rowed out a lot, but it is what it is. It is homemade, so I have to live with that, I think. Yeah, so that's that, I think. I've rambled enough about this one. Did I say the color is 245 Bordeaux? I think it's a very beautiful color. But of course, I thought two projects is not enough. So the night before I left, I hurried up and I cast on a Bainbridge beanie by Frazzetta. This is the wrong bag. Here it is. I have this beautiful Sannes double Sunday in this color here, which I really like. 4353 rustic rose. I don't know if there's a theme today, color theme. Really like this color. So I cast on, and I haven't knitted so much because I didn't knit anything on it this weekend. So I didn't have to do this fast or panic cast on, but I did. Here it is. Hardly anything to show you. It's a broken ribbed stitch. It's a really nice beanie. I've knitted one before. I was so lucky to be able to test knit it. But I really wanted another one in this beautiful color. Yeah. Knitting size 4 on 3mm needles, US 2.5. Not much to say because I haven't knitted anything on it since I cast it on. And I'm not hurrying to finish this because we're heading into spring. But I'm looking forward to having this hat for fall. So I will knit on it, but I think it will be a out and about project for me now. This weekend I was in Stavanger at the Southwest Yarn Fest, which was held for the 5th and for the last time, which is very sad because it's a great festival. I've been there 4 or 5 times and I really, really love that festival. The people who run it has done a very great job, but it's a lot of work to make this kind of a big festival, so I understand that they think it's time to quit, but they quit on top. It was a great festival this year and I had so much fun. I was there with my friend Anne, who also has a podcast in Norwegian, a knitting podcast. She's from Bergen, so it's I don't see her very often. I see her often on the screen, but not very often live. So we had a great time. We shared a hotel room, and she had surprised me with an upgrade. So we had a dining table, we had a seating area, and a great place to sit and knit, and a great view of the sea outside and the harbor. So it was great. So we knitted a lot, chatted a lot, and had a great time. And of course, we went to the knitting festival. We went to the marketplace, which was filled of temptations. A lot of beautiful yarn. There were beautiful bags, a lot of knitting stash, and even ceramics. And yeah, it was great. So I did get some yarn with me home. I did. And on the Saturday night, it was a yarn fest. It was you could buy food and drink, and there was a quiz, knitting quiz, which we of course didn't win. We did our best, but we didn't win. But it was fun. And bingo, and yeah. There was a lot of great prizes and we had a lot of fun. Yeah, I don't think there's much more to say, but I want to share with you all of the Yarnjoy that I got there. So I will start with what I got from my friend Anne. She gifted me 2 skeins of yarn from a Norwegian dyer called Skaperkraft. And it actually says that the lady who dyes this is called Anne. A lot of Annes here in Norway. It's actually one of the most popular names several years in a row. Not anymore, but when I was born, which was in the 80s, early 80s. And on the 1780s, I think the name was on top. The most popular girl's name was Anne. So there's a lot of Annes. But that was a side tangent. Anyway, this is from Anne. Skaperkraft in this beautiful color here. This is Vandre, which is a Rauma sock yarn without any nylon in it. And I also got another skein of the same yarn, but in the color Advent. So this is sock yarn, as I say, and it's 240 meter on 100 grams. So I'm thinking maybe not this will be socks, but maybe it will be some mittens or something. And maybe I will separate them, that this will be a color work color in some mittens, maybe. But they are beautiful. And then I bought the festival color from Fjord Fibers from Chilean. So springy and fun. So this is called just Southwest Yarn Fest 2026. So I'm thinking I want to use this as the contrast color in the sweater Lotus Lotus leaf sweater or Lotus blad genser by Vivian Aas that recently was released. I think maybe this is a little bit too thin for that sweater, but I want to try and make it work because I think it's beautiful. And the Lotus leaf sweater has some beautiful flowers on there, and I think this will look really nice. So I just need to get a main color. Not sure which color I should choose. So if you have an opinion about that, what could go with this? I don't think I can use white because there's a lot of white in here. So maybe something more dark. Yeah, if you have an opinion, I would love to know, but because I don't know. And then I bought this beautiful color, which again is looking like I have a theme. And it's called Yarnoxide, so iron something in English. I'm not sure what you call it in yarn. No, not yarn. iron something. It's a sock yarn anyway, and it's from Garnbutikken Fortuna. And I want to knit the brunch crew sweater by Frazzetta. I need to get another strand for this. So either a mohair or a strand of alpaca or something. I'm not sure, but I need to find a color that goes well with this. And I want to keep this color as close as I can. So I don't want, like what happened with my Lotus lake scarf, that you get this marling. I really want to have a clean color, if that makes sense. So I don't know if I can find something that can go well with this, but I just need to bring this with me whenever I go to a yarn store so I can try and match it up with something. The last yarn that I bought was this yarn from Mrs. Fox Yarn. Don't know if you can see it, but it sparkles. It has some stellina in it. It's called Apple Pie. And what I want to knit with this is either the Petal Party crop. I've talked about it here so many times. I bought yarn for it several times, but I have never knitted it. So the yarn has always become something else. And I'm not sure this time either. I like the Petal Party crop, but at the same time, I'm not sure if I really want it. But I have the pattern. I bought it a long time ago. Or I can knit the Salty Days. The patterns, both of these patterns are from, not the Salty Days, that's a sweater. Salty Air Tee. Both patterns are from Samantha Görin. The Salty Air I've knitted before and I really, really love it. I love how it looks on me and the fit and everything. And I think this will be a very beautiful Salty Air, but I'm not sure. So again, if you want to give me your opinion, if you think I should knit the Petal Party crop or the Salty Air Tee or something else, if you think you have a great pattern for this yarn, I have 2 skeins, so it needs to be a summer tee or a top or something. That would be great if you want to share it with me. So that is all of the Yarnjoy. I did also buy shawl ring. Maybe I can remember to take a picture of it. I did forget to bring it with me. It's just a little ring that you can use for your small scarf, for example, and you can thread the scarf ends in the ring and then it holds it together. It's very cute. I also got some mittens from my friend Anne. She had knitted them for me and they are so cute. I will put in a picture for you here. And they had this beautiful lace on top and they are so warm and nice. I used them today when I was out walking my dog. So that was so much fun to get something knitted that I haven't knitted myself. That's everything I have for you today. I just want to mention that I did make a little bit of a not actually a vlog, but some glimpses from my trip this weekend. So if you want to watch it, I will link it up here and also below. It's just 5-6 minutes, and it's not much because I didn't really get the chance to record a lot, but there's a little bit there if you want to look. But it's I thought maybe not many people wanted to look, since it's not really a lot, but it's there if you want to see. I think it's fun for me to look back at if I want to. So it's there. It's there if you want to see. But thank you a lot if you have stayed for this entire podcast episode. I really appreciate that you take some time to sit down and spend with me. I know the time is precious, and yeah, it means a lot to me if you're still here. I would love it if you would comment what you're knitting on, share with me some, give me some inspiration, because you do that in the comments always, and I really appreciate that. It's a lot of fun to see what you're knitting on, or not see, but hear what you're knitting on. Yeah, and I can check it out on Ravelry, which is fun, and my knitting list just grows and grows. And like, subscribe, all of these YouTube things would be wonderful, so I can be able to share my love for knitting with more people out there. And I just am so thankful for you and for this community. It means a lot for me, again, that you take time of your precious time to spend with me. And now I need to say goodbye. I can hear it. But I'm grateful for all of you. Have a happy Easter. And if you don't not celebrate Easter, then just have a good time. I hope that you have something fun to cast on in the future. I'm thinking that my Easter cast on will be the rosy sweater. Hopefully, if I'm able to finish 1 or 2 of my projects, I will cast it on, and I'm excited for it. So hopefully in my next episode, I will have cast on the rosy. But until then, take care and happy knitting. I'll see you soon. Bye.